Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. One more time with feeling. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Go in peace. Go in love.
Few in this room were postal workers, maybe a couple, but few in this room were postal workers during the days of collective begging. But we know the history. When 45 years ago, the unions representing postal workers had no authority to negotiate over wages, benefits, and instead postal workers' livelihoods were subject to the whims of politicians. And many postal workers at the time qualified for public assistance. But today, since the advent of true collective bargaining gained following the postal strike in 1970, postal workers' lives have vastly improved, and representatives of our union today sit across the bargaining table from you on the management side as equals, not because we have important titles, but because we have a union that's been sustained and supported by the membership. The APW is passionate in our support for the crucial mission of the Public Postal Service, which is outlined in the 1971 Postal Reorganization Act, to provide postal services that bind the nation together, to provide prompt, reliable, and efficient services to patrons in all areas, and to render postal services to all communities. But today, and it's no secret, we believe that this mission is in jeopardy. It's threatened by a congressionally manufactured financial crisis, by those on Wall Street who would like to get their hands on the Postal Service's $65 billion in annual revenue, and by ideologues who oppose the very concept of a public good. And while we truly and sincerely welcome the appointment of the new Postmaster General, Megan Brennan, and the opportunity that comes with that and it for positive change, it must be said from our side that the policies and practices of the Board of Governors and too many postal executives, at least over the last few years, has led to severely degraded services, delayed mail, too much subcontracting, and partial privatization. I am here today as a relatively new president of the APW because our members are deeply dissatisfied with this current state of affairs, and they are looking for and expect change. Our members want an end to what we consider a divisive three-tier structure that pays workers significantly different amounts for performing the same work. We want an end to a situation where new hires barely make a living wage and where full-time career work has been placed at risk. We strive for dignity and respect on the job. We believe postal workers should be justly compensated for our service and our hard work, should be provided a safe workplace, and after concluding our careers, enjoy a secure and dignified retirement. We believe the deep concessions of $3.8 billion from the wages and benefits of postal employees in the last contract should be looked at and considered temporary solutions to temporary problems. Today, absent the congressionally manufactured pre-funding hoax, the Postal Service is enjoying strong financial performance in relation to its operations, with great opportunities for expansion in response to the e-commerce revolution and new possibilities for expanded postal products and services. So we also approach these negotiations as an opportunity to promote a vision of a vibrant public postal service for generations to come, and we hope we can find a lot of common ground on that issue. We will be putting forth proposals as the months come before us, so between now and May 20th, we will be putting forth proposals for maintaining overnight delivery standards, halting plant closings, expanding hours of service and staffing for the customers, and providing financial services such as postal banking. There are indeed competing visions for the future of the Postal Service. The USPS deal with Staples is one stark example of a direction that the APW rejects. It transfers living wage jobs to low-wage sector jobs and undermines the sanctity and security of the mail. But it also props up the profit margin of an anti-worker company which has paid millions in back wages to settle allegations of wage theft and attaches the trusted postal brand to a company that was recently singled out by the U.S. President for its shameful practices of cutting employee hours to avoid the company's obligations to fund employees' health insurance under the law. Another example of our differing views on the way forward was reflected in former Postmaster General Patrick Donahoe's farewell speech to the National Press Club, where he proclaimed that young workers don't deserve traditional defined benefit retirement plans, which he now enjoys to the max himself. He called on Congress to use the Postal Service as an incubator for destroying these decent retirement plans, which every postal worker in this room enjoys, and as a prelude to eliminating such plans for all federal workers. The APW vehemently opposes this race to the bottom and hope with the new leadership of the Postal Service this thinking will be buried in the past. For we believe that the Postal Service should be an incubator, as it has been for decades, of good living wage jobs for workers from all walks of life, with equal pay for equal work for women and minorities, and solid job opportunities for veterans. This is part of our answer to the shocking and growing income inequality, where next year, 1% of the world's wealthiest individuals will control more than the combined wealth of the other 99%. The Postal Service's future, we believe, can be bright, and key to its success is the hard work and dedication of hundreds of thousands of postal workers, from those who sell the postage and accept packages, to those who sort medicine and catalogs, to those who transport the mail and repair the vehicles, to those who maintain the equipment and facilities, and to those who deliver the mail. We will approach these negotiations with passion for the public we serve and the workers we represent. We will keep an open mind. We'll forthrightly share our proposals and our views, and we pledge to be honest in our dealings. We will work hard to achieve a negotiated collective bargaining agreement. We enter these negotiations as part of a movement to protect and enhance a vital institution and what we believe to be a great national treasure. Many friends and allies, some who have generously shared their time to be present today, are part of this effort. And we meet here on opening day, when thousands of APW members around the country are taking up the call for good service, good jobs. And with that mandate, the APW is ready to get to work.